Just about set for football. The veteran Matt Gay has it teed up, and we are underway now at Lucas Oil Stadium. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State, set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Now Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now a 2nd and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Slant route, he's got Dobbs. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40. Going back to Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and a yard. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Here's Love. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. Love now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. To throw now, here's Love. And it's a Packers touchdown. Josh Jacobs from 3 yards out. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the cornerback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
They'll go for it. Here's Richardson.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll go down at the 28. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
That's to Kraft, the tight end. And he is going to have a... First down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Love.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Love looking to throw it. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Jacobs will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Love, this is 3rd and goal. Flush, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Jordan Love
Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
It's caught. Mitchell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Richardson to throw.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
And Richardson back to throw it.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Richardson.
Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. And Mitchell from 3 yards out.
And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Love from the gun. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Shoves him aside. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Love to throw for it on 4th. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
2nd down and 3.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Throwing. Love. That is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Love. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed from a yard out. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And that's complete to Mitchell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Now Richardson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
2nd and 10.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Now the ball comes loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Richardson.
He'll let one go deep for downs. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. Now it's Richardson.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. Through the middle of the field. Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And now Mitchell
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts are back within a score.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll complete this one to Watson.
And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Fighting his way through contact. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback.
The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Richardson looking to throw this.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
And that'll be incomplete. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Richardson looking to throw. He'll check this one down to Taylor.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Richardson on 4th down. A short one there, caught by Granson.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Taylor. Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, Richardson yet again.
He finds his man complete. That's Mitchell. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19.
Richardson working from the gun. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Again, he'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Running it with Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Still going inside the 20.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 17-yard line.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Able to find his man, Kraft.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Love now. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Going on the ground with Jacobs. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 23. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Love.
That's to Kraft, the tight end.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Now Love. Throw left side, complete. That's Jacobs. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Love looking to throw. That's to his running back, complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Here's 1st and 10. Now Richardson.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mitchell. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this defense just has not been able to keep him under wraps. That's now 10 catches for him in the ball game. Here's Richardson.
It's caught. Mitchell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Here comes 2nd down.
Let's go now. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Richardson. He's got Granson over the middle.
Oh, and now some space to operate.
Big strides, look at him go.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
So with the lead now at 4, they'll try to go for 2 to at least get it to 6 with a 2-point conversion.
Throwing now is Richardson.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
So here's Love and the Packers. Down by 6, 37 seconds to go. They've got to go the full 80 yards, and they've got to do it quick as they come up on first down. Love looking to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Here's Love. To Dobbs, and he hauls it in. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Now Love. Completes it again to Dobbs. At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you...
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
He'll let one go deep for downs. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. That was an excellent comeback.